I'm from Shoreline, Washington, North Seattle, probably about 10, 15 minutes north of downtown. You know, growing up in Shoreline, went to elementary school, middle school, high school over there. I would travel a lot. You know, I did AAU tournaments in basketball and AAU teams down in Seattle, so I spent a lot of time downtown. But then I moved to Bellingham, Washington. That's where I went to school at Western Washington University and went to school for marketing with a minor in Spanish. And I had a friend named Ira Graham, and his cousin was True, who was basically the elite distributor in Houston and is a mogul in Shoe MGK. And so Ira had basically convinced me to come out to Houston when I was going to college to try it out and see if I liked it. After I had finished my last spring quarter, I bought a ticket out to Houston and started doing Shoe Magic. I learned that I can basically trade my energy for money and profit instead of trading my time. And that's one of my biggest things that I teach my employees today, you know, is my process going through that, and so that they can learn it. That Shoe MGK is not a 9 to 5. It is something where you wake up determined and you see how much effort you can put into something and watch the payoff at the end of the day or the end of the week, end of the month, you know, whatever your goals are. I was with True, AJ, DJ, and they were all just kind of like my mentors that were able to teach me a lot. And seeing how far they were taking it and how serious they took the opportunity, it kind of, you know, resonated with me. After that, I knew I definitely wanted to get my education. I had a couple more years to go. I would definitely want to do that for my family because they wanted me to go to college and finish and everything before I decided to go what I wanted to do, the corporate route or the entrepreneur route. And I just knew at the end of the day, I didn't want to have a boss breathing down my back, you know? I've had confidence in myself being able to be a leader. And that's what made me want to keep going with Shoe MGK. After Houston, I went back to college, finished up, got my marketing degree. Then AJ had basically said that he had an opportunity for ownership for me in Lexington, Kentucky. And so once again, I took the chance, bought a ticket out to the Midwest, and just started going from there. I was doing everything, hiring, firing, training, cleaning, setting up, talking to mall management, doing the finances. That gave me the skills and the confidence to be able to know, okay, I know how to expand now. I know what to teach. I know how to talk to people and get them to understand what goals we need to have to make this successful. I got an opportunity for ownership from AJ to go to Lexington, Kentucky and Fayette Mall. Shout out UK, Big Blue. He just gave me an opportunity to own about, 20% of the mall. I had a different reason for making money at this point. It wasn't just bills, it wasn't just money for fun. It was like, okay, this is something that I need to do to be able to put myself in a better situation in life. And I just took it and ran with it. And then after about 2 months, me and my life business partner, Tone, we were able to acquire ownership of the whole mall because we were just doing such a good job out there, and they didn't want to hold us back anymore because they knew how much potential we had. From Lexington, we were able to move to Louisville. We expanded to Cincinnati. We went to Indianapolis, and I started going places I had never been, talking to people I would never normally talk to. And that's one thing that the Shoe Magic opportunity provided me with, was being able to go through all those situations. Mind you, we're in Seattle now. I had never really been in the Midwest before, so it was cool to kind of be out in uncharted territory for me and learn and grow, because that's a life hack right there. Getting outside of your hometown is what you need to do to be able to grow in life. You can't get comfortable. I had the whole operation going. I had Cincinnati, I had Indianapolis going. We had just opened up Columbus, Ohio. We were in Knoxville, Tennessee as well. I loved it out there. I loved the Midwest, but I also felt like it was my duty to come home and be with my friends and family at the same time after I had got that learning experience of getting outside of my comfortability zone and being all the way across the US. In 2020, I started getting in talks with the mall manager at Westfield South Center Mall. Based off of my resume and Sean being able to vouch for me, the mall manager had went with me. He wanted to keep Shoe MGK in there. He liked that I was a kid from Seattle, and he knew I would take pride in the business. He went with me to be able to sign a lease and get into that mall. That meant a lot to me. You know, this was the first time, you know, I felt so much just happiness inside of my heart to be able to have Shoe Magic in the same city where I'm from. You know, that was a dream come true for me, because the West Coast, Shoe Magic has been here for a long time, and I know there was a lot of distributors that are really rooted in over here on the West Coast. So I was like, I'm probably not gonna get a shot for a while. And then boom, it just happened like that after the last distributors finished out their lease and left. So it meant a lot to come back home to Seattle and be around everybody, and I'll, you know, show people basically what I've been doing these past couple of years, what I've been working towards. So I have my friend, life business partner, right-hand man, Tone, that I know is gonna be with me till the day we're in the grave. You know, he is a thinker, he is a dreamer, and that's what you need. If you have dreams, you need a team. So that's one of my guys that I will forever have around me. He's one guy that I can have to go to any location, handle things. I have other guys, managers of different locations in South Center and Auburn Mall. Some of them are younger, and I feel it's my responsibility to give them a successful figure to be able to look up to that has advice and knowledge that they can learn from and grow from. You know, that's the thing with Shoe Magic. A lot of the time we recruit people that, you know, come from situations where they didn't have leaders, influences, positive people around them, being able to push them to be able to learn that there's other aspects of life that can benefit them, you know? Shoe Magic makes it easy because Shoe Magic is the perfect platform to be able to provide opportunity. And just getting other people to be able to understand that, you know, you can come to work, you can make money, you can clean up the kiosk so it's a good presentation for the customers and they understand it. And it's about having pride in your work. That's the thing that I love about Shoe Magic, is that you can never BS a customer. A customer will know whether you really care about this at the end of the day or not through your demonstration. Energy does not lie, you know? And I love being able to tell my employees that, it's a slow day, no one's talking to me, no one's vibing with me. Oh, is the kiosk clean? Do you have good energy? Did you get a good night's sleep last night? Are you eating good food? Are you drinking water? Are you healthy, you know? And if you're not, that's probably why you're not doing good. It's because your energy is off right now. Some of my interests and hobbies that I like spending my time on is I love going outside, I love hikes, I love taking my dog to new places. One thing that I feel really blessed with growing up in the Northwest is that we just have so much to do out here. But I love basketball. I've been playing basketball since I was a kid. Shout out to my dad. He introduced me as a young age and was my coach growing up. And just hanging out with friends, you know? I'm blessed to be able to live in Seattle again after I was living in the Midwest for about 5 years. So it's been good to catch up with everybody, be with my parents. So my dog's name is Stax. He's an American bully. So he's a red nose with a brown coat. I never thought I would own a bully. You know, he's half pit bull, half American bulldog. And you know, that was never one of my favorite dogs growing up, but one of my old employees in West Virginia, his family were dog breeders. And he just sent me pictures of him as a puppy and said he's ready. And then I just fell in love with him. And so I took him actually on my road trip when I moved back out here from the Midwest to Seattle. So he was kind of my co-pilot driving out to Seattle. The process of being able to, you know, teaching a puppy, you know, don't pee in the house, you need to act like this, you know, being on him from day to day, installed some discipline in myself, and it was a good experience for me. I just love that guy. So yeah, we're gonna take him to Green Lake tomorrow. That's one of my favorite places. I would go there as a kid. Yeah, so right now, guys, we're at Green Lake. Green Lake is a special place to me, man. I used to come here a lot as a kid. I used to learn how to ride a skateboard here, play basketball over there. For all my OG video game players, NBA Street Volume was first here, Green Lake. Family would always come down here, barbecues, in the heart of Seattle right here. And now I'm bringing my little pup here so he can get that experience. So this dog is special to me right here. He's named Stax after Mikel Antonio Willis, who was a previous employee of mine. Back when I had first started in Lexington, Kentucky and got ownership my right-hand man was Mikkel, and he really helped me get my business off the ground. And I was teaching him the ropes. He was like, I was a mentor for him, and he was my mentee. He was doing well, he was progressing, he was learning how to sell the product. You could tell he wanted to be there and wanted to learn and was eager, but he was also coming from a situation where he wasn't making the best decisions prior because he wasn't around good influences. And you know, I noticed that and wanted to be somebody that he could look up to. But after about 2 months, there was tragedy, and I was with him that night of, and he should have been with me instead of whatever he went and did. And you know, I regret him not being with me ever since then, but as a tribute to him, I want his name to still live on. And so I named my dog after him. That's why we call him Stacks. Shout out to Mikkel. Shoe MGK has changed my life for the better because as a kid, I needed something that would allow me to really believe in myself, I would say. I'm glad I chose Shoe Magic because it allowed me to really take my life into my own hands. You know, become an entrepreneur, you're in control of everything from the moment you wake up in the morning to the moment you close your eyes at night. All the decisions that you make in that day equate to your success or failure. You know, sure, some days you're not gonna be as productive as others, but the accumulation of all the sacrifices that you make teach you a lot. It's a good learning curve. And I don't think I would have had that curve if I would have chose a different route. It's just been a lot of experiences from when I first began to where I am now. In the beginning, you know, I remember telling my friends and family, hey, I'm going to Houston. I'm going to H-Town to try something I've never done before. It's a good business opportunity. And just based off of that, when I told my family, I didn't have a lot of business owners in my family. It was go to college, get a 9-to-5 corporate route, have faith in working for a good company that'll take care of you in the end. I respected that and I saw that I worked for them, but one thing in life that I think you have to make the decision about is what works for you. I wanted to be able to figure out situations and lessons for myself, whether that's the hard way or whether it works out for me. And so I took the opportunity to go out there. It was a lot of learning experiences. At times I thought, man, maybe my family was right. Maybe this is too much. Maybe I should go home and get a corporate job. And then the next day I'd wake up and I'd be hard-headed and stubborn and say, no, I'm riding this out to the end. And if I gotta go back home, at least I have more knowledge and the lessons that I learned. I will confidently say now that it did work out. Me being determined and having a heart full of dedication paid off. That gained, you know, my family's respect and made my mom proud of me at the end of the day. That's the best feeling to me. You know, her first time coming to one of my locations was at the Puyallup Fair last week. And just seeing that look on her face of a reputable business in one of the booths, you know, attracting customers and seeing me happy at what I'm doing and having a team around me of people that I trust, I think was a big indicator to her that I did make the right decision. My advice moving forward is just don't give up. Keep people around you that can trust. All you need is a couple people that will help you get you going where you need to go. And if you don't ever lose faith in your progress, in your pursuit, and knowing that eventually everything's gonna pay off even when it doesn't seem like it, it will. No matter what the situation is, always equate to what you get out of it as something that you need to go through to be able to learn what you need to learn to be successful. My name is Colin. This has been Shoe MGK Soul Sessions. I appreciate you for watching.